Robe has a very interesting history, yeah, a very interesting town, and its history's been preserved to a fair degree, which is really important and really interesting. Robe was a port that serviced the majority of the southeast. It was one of the only sort of bays that ships could land, or the rest of the coast is fairly featureless in that it doesn't have a lot of bays, and so Robe became an early port. In 1855, the government felt that there needed to be some sort of marker to assist sailing ships coming into the port of Robe, and so the local builder, George Chivas, built the Obelisk, and it guided ships into the port of Robe. Originally it wasn't painted, but it was difficult to pick it out from the sandhills on Gieschen Bay, and so eventually it was painted white with red stripes. It's interesting, there aren't many built elsewhere around the place. I mean, now Robe has a lighthouse, other towns have lighthouses. It was interesting that the government chose to build the Obelisk and not a lighthouse at that time. You know, they built lighthouses elsewhere along the coast, and considering Robe was such an important port in the early days, the obelisk still remains, and now it's just become an icon. I mean, you only have to see a photograph of it to know that it's Robe. Yeah, and every person that would come to Robe as a tourist, I would imagine, takes photographs of it. It has woven its way into sort of the culture of the town and the fabric of the town. Everyone understands what the obelisk is. So because it's built on limestone cliffs, they erode. Coast Protection Board and Department of Environment and Planning estimate that the cliff deteriorates an average of 6 metres every 50 years. And so what happened was, when the obelisk was originally built, it was stuck out quite away from the sea, and over the last 150 years, the cliffs have just eroded and eroded and eroded, to the point at the moment you can't get out to the obelisk. Council about 8 or 9 years ago had to fence it off. It's now, the land bridge that goes out is only 2 metres wide. It's very uneven, and it's subject to cliff collapse. The obelisk will eventually fall into the sea. Nobody knows when that will occur. It'll be a sad day that it does, because it is iconic for the southeast of South Australia, but it's also iconic, very iconic for Robe. It is symbolic of the township of Robe, the obelisk stuck out on Cape Dombey.